Hello everybody. It's Friday evening around 6 o'clock, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, September 24th, 2021. Wow, September 24th already, 2021. Yeah. I'm out here getting some fresh air because I'm still battling this COVID. You know, I had the antibody infusion done this past Monday around noontime, but this takes a few days worth of work. So I still feel beat up, run down, because I have multiple sclerosis also. So now I think it's flaring my multiple sclerosis symptoms up also. So yeah, and I dropped a 2-liter on my foot this morning. I didn't have shoes on, so the whole 2-liter bottom fell right in the middle of my right foot. And it was a full 2-liter. It was on a table and fell 3 feet down. So my foot is killing me, but I do have 8,000 steps in today, or over 8,000 steps. So yeah, I still try to stay active with it, you know what I mean? So I had to get it done like immediately because September 13th, I got diagnosed with COVID. And like I said before, my kids go to 4 different schools and all of them got diagnosed with COVID 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. Basically, right when school opened up, late August, they all got diagnosed with COVID within a week. Or actually say 2 weeks within school opening. 2 different colleges, elementary school, and a middle school. 4 different schools. Within 2 weeks, they all got COVID. And they do wear a mask. So what's that tell you? And the school said, you're just going to have to deal with it. Everybody's going to get COVID eventually. So, yeah, so I figure that's kind of crazy, isn't it? Got to keep an eye on my pulse. 97 oxygen. You can't see the pulse rate. It's 96 beats per minute. And I do take a beta blocker, and I take a beta blocker around 11:30 a.m. and I take another one at nighttime if my pulse is acting up. I take a 25 milligram metoprolol beta blocker, and I do take a lisinopril medicine for blood pressure around 8 a.m. in the morning, around 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's only 10 milligrams. So if the pulse rate gets real high, it starts messing with my blood pressure. So, because I'm talking like over 160 beats per minute, 200 beats per minute, that's when the blood pressure starts acting up and you feel it. I know the nurses at the hospital, so how you can tell your blood pressure is up? You can feel it. It feels like your chest is burning, okay? You feel like crap. Yeah, so I had the antibody infusion done Monday. It took about 20 minutes for the infusion, and then they monitor you for a good hour. So I was there basically not even 2 hours, but I had to go way out of my way to get it done because they don't do it here locally. Had to go like a half hour or so away. And unfortunately, my insurance company called me for a ride, but I had to wait 4 hours for a ride. Then it started raining. It was a complete disaster. And everybody said, no wonder you don't like going out that place further away because it seems like you get stranded out there. I said, I should have took a bus home, but that antibody infusion makes you kind of droggy and tired. You just want to go home and go to bed afterwards. A lot of people were taking a nap in a chair, you know, fold up the chair, and they gave a blanket and a pillow, and they fell asleep. Not everybody, because they had like 12 people in the room. They said they do it 45 of those a day, 7 days a week. So I went to the hospital last Saturday. They tested me for COVID. They had me stay outside in the hot heat. It'll take a half hour, an hour for the COVID test to come back. It seemed like it took over 2 hours. And they said it was positive, so they sent a doctor out here, outside with a face shield on and a mask on. He told me it was positive. So I had 3 tests done within a week. And my doctor called a company out here to do it, and they don't do it right. That came back negative. But the school did one positive, hospital positive, and the doctor sends a lab company out there. They have like 3 or 4 different lab companies come out here in the past year, like 20 different times. They don't do the test right. They don't go up the nose all the way, and they didn't do both noses. It's supposed to go all the way up, touching your eyeball with them COVID tests, and they didn't do it right. And that's why, your COVID test was negative. No, it ain't. It's positive. Everybody got 7 people. My wife's mother was in the hospital for 6 days for COVID because her breathing issues. See, she's not eligible for that antibody because if you got breathing problems or low oxygen or a fever or dehydrated, you can't get that COVID antibody. There's restrictions to it. That's why I had to get mine done ASAP because time was running out. Went to the hospital Saturday, and they called me Sunday morning and said, we're going to schedule your COVID antibody infusion Monday, and I scheduled for 11:30. the time I got there, and they check your blood pressure, your pulse rate, and your temperature, and ask you a bunch of questions. So it was like noontime before they started it. So about noon, and about 1:30 or so, I was out of there. 2 o'clock, I was out of there, because they monitor you for an hour or so to make sure you don't have any symptoms or any kind of side effects of the infusion. So the antibody infusion. It's like getting the vaccine, but they now got to wait 90 days to get vaccinated, because everybody was out of vaccines around here. They called me like 2 weeks ago and said, hey, we got the vaccines in. I said, I think it's too late now. What do you mean? I said, we all got COVID now. Yeah, 4 different places, they're all out of vaccines. And they all called me one day. You know, they all called at the same time, basically. He said, oh, the vaccines are here. You ready to get scheduled? I said, nope, I got to wait. They said, yeah, you got to wait 90 days now to get vaccinated when you got COVID. I'm like, wow. So I got to wait till December, basically. So now they got booster shots, I heard today. The booster shots are eligible now. All pharmacies, CVS, Walgreens, Rite Aid, all them pharmacies. They're available now. So, yeah, it's kind of crazy, and it feels good out here, but I ain't got no energy. My foot hurts from the 2-liter falling on my foot today. God. Whew. But yeah, I want to thank you for all my subscribers out there, and hit that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for me. Comment down below if you have any questions about that COVID antibody infusion, because I had it done Monday, this past Monday on the 20th. The 20th I had it done. And they said it does take a few days for it to work. A lot of people said, oh, I bet you feel much better after that infusion. I said, nope, it takes 3 to 6 days. Yeah, I feel 40% better, that's it. I still have no energy, beat up, run down, headache, throbbing, pounding headaches. Yeah, nauseated. Still ain't got no taste, still ain't got no smell. Ain't got no appetite, but I force myself to eat and drink. Yep, still got all them symptoms. So, no fever though, and no oxygen issues. Okay, so that's a good thing. It keeps you out of the hospital, basically. That's why they do antibody infusions. It keeps the hospitals from being overloaded, overcrowded, overpopulated. My oxygen level is 97 right now. 97 oxygen level. And the pulse is like in the 90s. 98, 97, 96, 95. And I do take a beta blocker, so if it gets over 100, if it gets over 140, I'll take another beta blocker. But they're extended release, and the beta blocker takes a while for it to kick in. It doesn't work instantly, you know what I mean, like people think. When it's extended release, it slowly dissolves in your body, so it takes several hours sometimes for that beta blocker really start working. So, yeah. So there you go. It's Friday already. God, I can't believe it's Friday already. And September, next week is the 1st already of October. Yeah, can't believe it. But yeah, you guys have a good weekend. Let me know. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys up to. You guys stay safe. Wear the mask. You know, you get the part here. You make sure you got to bend on your nose. The doctor said, bend that part on your nose because it's airborne. COVID is airborne. So my kids got it, and they wear a mask every day. A new mask. They don't wear the same mask. I bought 2,000 masks. So, you know what I mean? So, and they got it. My oldest daughter from college got it first. I think her first week of school in college, she got an email saying she was contacted with somebody with COVID. And they want you to wait 3 or 4 days to get tested. Sometimes it takes 3 or 4 days to get in your system, COVID does. She tested positive. Down the school here, they got a nurse in the doctor's office inside the schools. The high school and the elementary school, which they're real close. They're walking distance to each other. She tested positive. A week later, my oldest son positive. And this past Monday, on the 13th, I tested positive. My youngest son tested positive. My wife tested positive. Her mom tested positive. 7 people. My youngest daughter, positive. And my nurse that comes to my house said, you guys, since you all have COVID, you don't have to wear a mask. Well, that's a lie. I was told by the health department, because they called me Tuesday, told me that was a lie. So, you know, I got a nurse that comes here and looks at you and says, oh, you look fine. And I had a company come out here to do an x-ray, and I had to call my doctor 15 times. They wouldn't give me the results. They said the x-rays were fine. They did 3 chest x-rays, different angles, about a week ago, over a week and a half ago, I should say. Or this Thursday, not this past Thursday, but this last Thursday, they did a chest x-rays. They come to my house and did it. Had to call 15 times. They wouldn't give me the results. My nurse was here a few days ago. She never gave me results either. She was in a big hurry to get out of here. She actually just looks at me, says, "You look fine, you look great," and checks my blood pressure and pulse and temperature and gets out of here, you know, takes off. How can you tell how somebody feels by looking at them? That's crazy. She didn't ask how I felt or anything. I said, "Look, I got the antibody test done." "But your test was negative." I said, "Because they're not doing it right. You send them companies to my house, they don't do them COVID tests right at all. They don't do it right at all. They only go up one nose, or they went up two noses, but they didn't go up far enough. They got to do both nostrils. And they got to touch your eyeball almost on both of them. They didn't do it right. They did 20 of them in the past year or so, and I bet you every one they took, they didn't do it right. You know what I mean? 3 tests done in 7 days. Hospital positive, down to school positive, then lab place that came here last week, that was negative. So I trust the 2 positives, because I definitely have no taste, no smell. I feel like trash, beat up, run down, no energy. How's that sound like? COVID. And they told me to trust the positive results, especially from the hospital and the school down there, because they sent off to a lab, different labs. So yeah, I figure I'll let you know what's going on and everything. So you guys take care now. Have a good weekend. Comment, like, and subscribe for me, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your support, every single one of you, okay? Thank you so much. Bye now.